What is up, Stud Muffin Nation? Welcome back, and today we got a lot of stories at hand, and I mean, check this out, man. Sony patent hints that PS5 controller will detect sweat, heart rate, and more. Shocking. And honestly, man, I think this is a good news. One in the comments if you think that's good, two in the comments if you think that's kind of bad and pointless. But the reason I say this is good is because if you play games like Call of Duty Modern Warfare, you know that you're going against G Fuel drinkers. Smash the like button if you don't drink G Fuel, by the way. But you know that you're going against G Fuel drinkers, people who are using 144 Hz monitors, people who are using scuff gaming controllers with control freaks attached, people got SSDs installed, people got Ethernet plugged in their console, and all that. So I think this is good because let's say you're completely immersed into the game and you're playing Modern Warfare's Battle Royale, which is coming very soon. We got some new leaks about it. I'm gonna put every single thing that we're gonna talk about in this video just on your screen right now, all the topics, because we got a lot of stuff to go over. If you're new here, I do all the gaming news. If you're into that, then definitely subscribe with notifications. But I think this is good because if you're going against someone in a 1v1, you know that you kind of feel, and I quote, a new Sony patent may reveal that some rather surprising new features for the PlayStation 5 Dualshock 5 controller. According to the patent, the controller could use biofeedback to modify user experience with data collected from players' hands while they are playing games. This sounds like the eighth wonder, but I also am kind of sus about it. You know, I always am sus about it because couple of days ago we had a patent that said that Sony filed a patent, which means it's confirmed, but it is not confirmed to be in the console. It's confirmed in a sense that they are thinking about it, because why else they would file a patent? They are filing patents for future, right? They want to future proof their consoles, and if they got some ideas that can make them money, well, they don't want to let go, you know, they don't want to let go. So a couple of days ago we had a patent that said that they're gonna have in-game tutorials where if you get stuck, you can pay money, and that in-game assistant will kind of pull you out. Like, it will pull you through, it will kind of make sure that the game kind of eases up. This doesn't sound bad, but when they say that it's gonna collect feedback from your hand, let's say your heart rate is going up, right? It's probably gonna pop up like in-game prompt that will tell you, hey, if you buy this, all your problems will be solved. I mean, who knows, like if you're sweating in the game, it might even start showing those hand sanitizer emojis that you can purchase for 99 cents. I'm not sure, I'm just memeing, I'm just joking around, but this is a good news, but I'm not sure how this is gonna work out with the homies. On the flip side, we also have some pretty good news. You don't see that. Nintendo replaced 95-year-old grandmother's Game Boy for free. They're doing God's work. Like, have you seen Microsoft do that? Have you seen Sony do that? Absolutely not. So Nintendo is my favorite company, even though I don't play on Nintendo or I don't even own one. Also in the news, PS5's most exciting features are unannounced, says Metro Dev, and also says that while a number of details have emerged about the PS5 already, Metro Exodus dev Ola Shishkov Stov, very fat name right there, hints that the best is yet to come, my friends. And part of me feels like that he's kind of buttering people up. Part of me feels like that he's spitting gospel. I mean, you guys decide. Like, you guys think that he's spitting gospel, or you think that he's trying to butter all of us up? Because this is what we're hearing over at 4A Games, the studio best known for the Metro series. C2O, Ole Shishkov Stov, probably butcher his name and I do apologize, and his team are already hard at work on next-gen projects with the PS5 and Xbox Series X on the horizon. Shishkov Stov is very excited about what he has seen so far from the PS5 and hints that there's much more people do not know about the next-gen console. And honestly, man, I feel like that he's trying to butter people up, but here's the thing, man. Sony hasn't even revealed PS5, so whatever they throw at us will sound like the eighth wonder. But he's not specifically talking about PS5 alone. Yes, the article headline is PS5 most exciting, but he's actually just talking about next-gen consoles like Xbox Series X and PS5. So this goes for Microsoft and Sony as well. Sony hasn't revealed anything, but Xbox has revealed a bunch of stuff that it's gonna be 120 FPS capable, it's gonna be the 8th wonder and all that good stuff. I'm kind of excited. I hope that Sony reveals it in the next coming weeks. On the other hand, we're also hearing this, that PUBG devs pulled out of PAX East, and yesterday I did talk about the fact that Cyberpunk 2077 pulled out along with like EA kind of limited their presence. Now we're hearing that even PUBG pulled out of PAX East. And at this very point in time, I'm pretty confident that E3 is gonna be a disaster. It might not even exist.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
They will pull the plug, guys, and obviously Corona is nothing to fool with. That is contagious, so you do not want to mess around with Corona. And part of me is kind of glad that they're pulling out, because obviously they do not want to be playing like Call of Duty Zombies with their workers, right? Like, for example, Sony, they don't want to deploy their employees to be at these events, because if they go at these events and they catch Corona, obviously Corona is contagious. They will come back to work, and you know what, things go south and all of a sudden they're playing Call of Duty Zombies at Sony HQ. So obviously they do not want that. And if somebody purchased that PS5, well, they're playing Call of Duty Zombies with their fam. Of course, memes aside, serious, guys. And we also did get a new update today. Like, it's like every day we're getting new updates. This time I feel like this was a hot fix, and this is what Infinity Ward said. Notes for today's patch in Modern Warfare. Actually, I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you stud muffins can see. Removes rank reset prompt screen after yesterday's update. Fixes for regiment invites. And yesterday a lot of people got sus because they had on-screen thing that would say, yeah, if you continue it will reset your rank. And I was like, you know what, I don't really play Modern Warfare that much. I'm just gonna put myself forward. I'm just waiting for Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. I'm gonna put myself forward. I'm gonna take it on the chin, throw everything at me. I click continue, and apparently they weren't lying, guys, so I was kind of shocked by that. They also have a fix for the quick fix perk. Fix for kill streak still functioning in CDL playlist. So, you know, they had some problems, they fixed it. Pretty nice stuff. And on the flip side, this is where I'm kind of sus. Like, you know, I'm always sus. One in the chat if you're always sus too. Microsoft Xbox Series X, or drop a 3, because we already said 1 or 2 before. Microsoft Xbox Series X will be able to resume games even after a reboot. And I know that some of you stud muffins actually said that. Why is Microsoft doing that? Like, I'm an Xbox fanboy, but it doesn't make sense to. But I think the reason they're doing this is because a lot of people, they want to be stimulated, right? Like, and I'm part of the problem too. Like, I'm part of that group as well, because whenever I game, I really cannot game without like listening to a podcast or watching YouTube videos, guys. Like, I constantly want to be, you know, I want my dopamine flowing, right? I mean, smash the like button if you're that kind of guy as well. But this is I don't think they necessarily need to have that, because this is what they said. Microsoft used a similar feature on the Xbox One to resume games, but the Xbox Series X will resume multiple games from a suspended state, whether you're rebooting the console, switching games, or resuming from standby. And I quote, I had to reboot because I had a system update, and then I went back to the game and went right back to it. Reveals Hib in the podcast, so it survives a reboot. And you know, this is actually good, because that kind of tells you that these next-gen consoles are gonna be really powerful, and at this very point in time, they're just doing schlong measuring contests, guys. Like, it is pretty apparent. But what I'm saying here is that just optimize the console, like, use these resources and put them towards like something else, right? Like, just develop new features, because I don't think this is necessary. Yeah, multitasking is good, but multiple games, like, just shut that game down, right? Like, if you want to play a second game, just shut the main game down, play the second game, and if you're bored, play another game right after that. Why you want to have all the games on standby, right? Like, por qué? Why you want to do that? It will just take RAM, it will use RAM and even GPU and the CPU, and it will just overheat itself, and you know, over time it can deteriorate the console's health. You know what I mean? So I think they should plan something else. Also in the news, guys, and this might make you want to go pound sand or something, because now we're talking about Modern Warfare's Battle Royale. The Gaming Revolution, pretty notorious guy, talked about it. He's a homie, and he has an inside source. He leaked pretty much the whole of Modern Warfare at this point, and now he's saying that Modern Warfare's Battle Royale will have automatic health regeneration. Shocking. And he says that you will heal 5 health per second. I don't know what you think about it. Let me know what your stud muffin mind says in the comments below, because when your average clown said that basically doesn't make sense, there are health kits and in the game. If you're gonna be healing automatically, you wouldn't need to use a med kit that's going to give you 100 health. And he says that those will just speed up the process, so you will heal 5 per second. but the health pack will kind of like, you know, speed up the process and all that. And he also says that it seems like they made Warzone a lot more casual friendly. There's still a tactical side to it, but this seems like it's going to be very different to what we're used to. And here he dropped a pretty fat leak and says that when you shoot, you will be visible on the minimap. And I'm not sure, like, I haven't really been playing Blackout, but I think that when you shoot in Blackout, you're not visible on the map. I could be wrong. I think you're not visible, right? And UAV will be a swipe for the final circle. So when you call in a UAV, it will do a final minimap swipe for the last circle. When going for the bounty challenge contract on objective marker will be pinged on your team screen location marked on the map, pointing you in the direction of the team that's been hunted. And this is what the hunted team will see. Someone is hunting you. Very nice right there. And he also says that, remember, you can buy a UAV with the plunder. Plunder is the in-game cash. We talked about it on the channel. So I'm kind of sus about it. Like, I don't know what your stud muffin mind says, and this is what he says. I think a reason for a lot of these changes is because Warzone used to play super slow and be really campy. It seems like it will play a lot faster, and there could be two scenarios. And yes, I am sus, because let's say you're in mid-fight, you're like kind of like aiming down sight, like you're kind of like going in slow, and all of a sudden you get hit, incoming shots, your health starts to deteriorate, and all of a sudden you panic and you go for a cover, and while you're covering, you will recover. You do not need to go around find health pack, you know what I mean? So that's gonna, I know that a lot of people will use that, even myself included, because if the devs are gonna give us this luxury, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna stay in cover and I'm gonna wait till my health fully auto regen. So it's gonna make it very campy and super slow pace. Just, you gotta think about it, like a lot of people will do that. You get hit once and all of a sudden you're taking cover to restore health. But if you can buy UAV and you can constantly call in UAV, you will know where the enemies are at. So in a way, if you're camping while still aiming down sight, people will come at you. So it's not gonna be that campy and it's gonna be fast paced, but at the same time, battle royale are meant to be kind of like hide and seek kind of thing, right? But I don't know, man, it sounds good. I'm glad that it is looking to be unique, right? It's looking to be different, so that's where I'm at. But let me know what your stud muffin mind says in the comments below. Like and subscribe for more. I'm gonna keep you all in the loops. Check out some other videos on the screen, and I will see you in the next one. Stud muffin out.